Hello, it's Polish Paul VR. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all alright. Today we're gonna talk about Blade and Sorcery style games that are coming to PlayStation VR. Blade and Sorcery is a game that you asking me about a lot, but sadly, as of now, it's not happening. It's not gonna come to PlayStation VR. There was a roadmap that developer published in past that mentioned that this December, after they release 1.0 version on Steam, they're gonna start working on the Quest and PlayStation VR version of Blade and Sorcery, if technically possible, but since then the things has changed and their official reply is there is no plans for PSVR versions because there might be many reasons for it. Maybe the developer is not capable of programming and supporting this game on PS4. Maybe the way to the PlayStation VR version of the game is too complicated for them. Maybe PS4 hardware is just not strong enough to run it. Maybe they just don't want to do it. We can just speculate, but nevertheless, there are other games that are similar-ish. So I'm gonna tell you all about it, and I've done this list in an order of the games that gonna release first, and then of course as the list progresses the game gonna be having release date further away. So let's just jump into it, and we're gonna start from the Swordman, this game coming from the Sin Studios. Release date they planning is 10th of September, so about 20 days away, not even 3 weeks. If all goes well, but I think they passed all Sony's quality assurance and everything. They've gone through all the stages of the process which allows them to publish the game on PSVR. So it looks like 10th of September date is going to happen. The Swordman, they gave us quite a lot of info, so basically, of course, it's this combat game, physically based, which is all you wanted, and you fighting and slashing your enemies. Now, as far as I know, you cannot chomp the limbs off and stuff like that, but still you can stab, you can fight, you can block. It's all like physically based, so it sounds alright. You've got different arenas, and also this game got like arena mode where you just go and fight, letting yourself loose in rage and fighting. But also it's got proper like a story mode when you're going through the story. It's got the boss fights as well, it's got plenty of weapons, it's got the upgrades, so a lot going on for it. Now, since Studio in past released, some decent games and some bad games, so this one looks like it's done right. It might be their best release, and I think this is the one that people are most hyped for, so I wish everything goes well for them. From what I'm hearing from beta testers, the game is really good already, so we shouldn't be disappointed as with their last title, which was Warzone. Looks like they kind of might redeem themselves, but of course we're gonna have to judge when we see it. But if you like combat games, if you like to use your sword, if you like to kill your enemies this way, I think it's a great use of VR as well. Then the Swordman is the game you should be waiting for, and your wait won't be long because, like I said, 10th of September is the date you should see it. So yeah, looks very, very interesting. But of course the Swordman is not the only game. Another one I want to talk about is Undead Citadel. So this was lately delayed. It looks like it's gonna be Q4 this year, between October and December, but this is not even 100% confirmed. The developers basically saying we're hoping we're gonna release in Q4, but what might happen, it might be a bit later, so it might be even 2021. We are not sure about it yet, and the delay is because they changed this game a lot since first announcement. It's gonna be much bigger game than they originally planned, I think. So what changes is the physics. All the enemies, all the weapons got proper weight to them, so they feel more natural to handle. Also, unlike other games, this one is got like proper levels when you just traveling through them instead of being thrown to the arena. It's got proper narration, proper story, looks like on the longer side. When you play it on PlayStation VR, you will be using move controllers, but if you own 3D Ruder, it will support 3D Ruder as well. Last video they showed us, it's this what plays in the background, like a 10 minutes gameplay walkthrough through one of the levels, but what you see in there is already changed again, because that's before they added this new physics system. So they still working, they still upgrading this game, and I think because how much interest was since the announcement, I think the developer went and said, okay, yeah, let's just do it right. So, you know, it's well worth looking forward to, but the wait still might be like about even 6 months or so. But of course, you'll be playing the Swordman before, but it's another one to add to the collection when it drops eventually. Okay, and the next one is Shadow of Valhalla, lately announced by the developer Chicken Waffle. And this is the same studio that announced Baby Hands for PlayStation VR and never released it. But this looks like it's gonna happen. So in the description of the trailers it says basically the game coming on Steam first, and it's actually releasing very soon, I think this month. And then after they've done with the Steam version, they're gonna bring it to PlayStation VR. So hopefully they're gonna hurry up. If you look at the graphics, you might see they're using a lot of same assets as you saw in Shadow Legend, especially when to come to the enemies design and how they look. I think they're using same models and everything. But what's happening here, you can chop their limbs off, you can chop their heads off, but also I think one of the developers, the main dude behind this game, he said he studied the anatomy, and that's what's gonna happen. You'll be exposing all the vertebrae and everything with your sword. So, you know, he's got some background in it, and for us it's gonna be just more satisfying. You are being thrown into the Valhalla, you've been killed, and basically you're making your way through the Valhalla, fighting your enemies. It looks like they can render quite a lot of them, and also apart from enemies you're gonna have bosses as well, the nice big boss fights. When it comes to the weapons and everything, I don't know that much. I'm assuming you'll be able to use different weapons and stuff, but it looks like similar to the Undead Citadel, which means you've got those levels when you're just traveling through it, and the game got a proper story mode. Okay, and the last one, and probably the best one of them all, is Hellsplit Arena. What's happening with the PSVR version? The developer published the roadmap, so basically they've got quite a lot of stuff to do with the PC version, and then they're saying hopefully after we've done all that we're gonna be able to bring it to PlayStation VR. I know on Discord in past they said they don't get that much support from Sony, so they kind of struggle because it's not the biggest studio. But also, you know, it's the studio who's made very good VR game, because Hellsplit on PC is great, I'm loving it. And you know, I would love to see it on PlayStation VR for all of you to try it. And I know the developer was trying for a while to bring it to PSVR, and I don't think they're giving up. They're still gonna try to do it, but they've got quite a lot to do on PC. Hopefully eventually Sony will give them the support. I don't expect it to see it anytime this year. I don't expect it even to see it in the first half of next year. So hopefully when PlayStation VR drops, maybe Sony will, you know, give them the development kit so they can bring it to PS5, because that's probably gonna be the best way to bring Hellsplit Arena. Graphically the game looks great, the physics itself are very good as well, and they keep getting upgraded and updated. The enemies looks nice, it's got this more realistic views, more like believable what you can see in VR. Other games are always kind of cartoonish or maybe not that detailed, while Hellsplit is totally different. The arenas itself are very nice, you've got very interactive elements where you can chuck your enemies into and they die. So you know what, this game to me it's get as close as you can get to like first person Mortal Kombat game, because it's quite brutal and it's very fun. So this is one that I'm looking forward the most to play on PlayStation VR, but also sadly this is the one that is very far away from getting PlayStation VR version. Nevertheless, previous 3 games, they all look fun as well, so it is something to look forward to. So that's my list. I didn't mention the Walking Dead Onslaught because it's gonna be totally different game, even though it's gonna have this physically based combat. I'm just talking about Blade and Sorcery styles games in this video. So let me know in comment section what you think, let me know which one of those games you are the most hyped for, and also don't ask me about Blade and Sorcery. Keep in mind, as of now, sadly the developers have no plans for PSVR port. I know you see in YouTube videos, I know they look fun and everything. The game is okay, you know, I've got PC VR as well. I don't know, it's fun, but you're not gonna miss your life when you not play this game, let's say it that way. And on PC, of course, they allowed mods. On PSVR, mods won't happen, just like with Beat Saber, and mods adding a lot to Blade and Sorcery, so also remember that as well. Anyway, let me know what you think about those other 4 games, which one you are excited for, which one you think looks the best, And of course, as always, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.